Hey, good evening, y'all. I haven't talked to you for a minute. I ran out of town with my daughter who was in town with me. Um, Tonight I want to talk to you about paranoid personality disorder. We said that we would do one each day, and today we're going to talk about paranoid personality disorder. So, what is paranoid personality disorder? And I also want to show you where it's given in the Bible. Actually, it talks about it biblically. There's a few scriptures about it. So, paranoid personality disorder is a mental health condition marked by a pattern of distrust and suspicion of others without adequate reason to be suspicious. People with paranoid personality disorder are always on guard and believing that others are constantly trying to mean, harm, or threaten them. And they will constantly, I feel like, these are types of people that are constantly thinking people are talking behind them or against them. And that's the first thing that they do. It's a mental health condition marked by long-term pattern of distrust and suspicion of others without adequate reason to be suspicious. People with paranoia often believe that others are trying to demean, harm, or threaten them. And they often think their behavior and way of thinking are problematic. So this is a cluster A in the personality disorders. And people with these disorders have unusual and eccentric thinking and behaviors. A lot of times it's important to note that people with paranoid personality disorder don't experience delusions or hallucinations with paranoia as commonly seen in schizophrenia, schizoaffective, and severe manic episodes in bipolar. They typically start experiencing symptoms and showing signs of their condition by their late teens and in their early adults. And you have to wonder if you don't think that maybe they might have had some trauma in their life. And I think with all of these personality disorders, I think that at some point they had gone through some sort of trauma. So who does paranoid disorder personality affect? Researchers have revealed high rates of paranoid personality disorder in people assigned female at birth, with samples from hospital records reveal high rates of paranoia in people assigned in male at birth. They're more likely to live in low-income households, be Black, Native American, or Hispanic, be widowed, divorced, or separated, or never married. So these are what they've compiled and what they've come to find. These are common denominators that they've seemed to figure out and find with all of these. So it's 4.5% of the general U.S. population have paranoia. I think that it's probably higher than that. And I would say it's probably pretty prevalent around drug users. Somebody that knows a lot of history about drug use with my mother, family, other people, and so forth. These symptoms and stuff, I would say definitely with people that use drugs on the regular basis, they have paranoia. They're always on guard and believing that others are constantly trying to hurt them. They're generally unfounded beliefs, as well as their habits of blame and distrust interfere with their ability to form close or even workable relationships. So it's common. They usually doubt the commitment, loyalty, or trustworthiness of others, believing others are exploiting or deceiving them. I don't know if you've ever heard or been around somebody reluctant to confide in others or reveal personal information because they're afraid the information will be used against them. So they're afraid to tell anybody anything that they have about their life. They may be unforgiving and hold grudges, hypersensitive, and take criticism poorly. So they're always thinking everybody's out to get them. Read hidden meanings in the innocent remarks or casual looks of others. Perceive attacks on their character that aren't apparent to others. So I was in a relationship with somebody that was severely paranoid, and you really have to feel bad for people that have that type of paranoia, that are constantly thinking everybody's like wronging them or out to get them or going to hurt them. It is horrible. It has got to be one of the most miserable things I've ever witnessed. They have persistent suspicions without justified reason, and their spouses or romantic partners are being unfaithful. It's constant. Being cold and distant in their relationships with others, and might become controlling and jealous to avoid being betrayed. They also not see their role with problems or conflicts, believing that they're always right, having difficulty relaxing, being hostile, stubborn, or argumentative. A lot of anger issues. So they're thinking that these have found that childhood emotional neglect, physical neglect, and supervision neglect play a significant role in the development of this paranoia. They also think that it also is caused by a combination of environmental and biological. There is likely a genetic link among schizophrenia and schizotypal personality disorder that comes along with this paranoia. And of course, they're going to look at past history, relationships, previous work history, reality testing, and impulse control for paranoia to diagnose it. And with that, it says that 75% of people with paranoia have another personality disorder with that. And generally, it might be avoidant, borderline, or antisocial. So those usually, or even a panic disorder, they all come together. So they're thinking cognitive behavioral therapy is going to help them. Dialectal behavior therapy is treatment of choice. This focuses on general coping skills and helping them. There was quite a few different verses biblically, and I just want to read a few of them, and then I can give you others if you'd like. So Proverbs 28:1-16 says, guilty criminals may experience paranoia even when no one threatens them, but those who love God will have the boldness of a lion. Ephesians 5:18, some say that non-pathological paranoia can be cured by surrendering to the Holy Spirit, which can lead to self-forgetfulness and a focus on the Lord's glory. So with the Holy Spirit, he can maybe heal this. 1 Corinthians 13:7, Paul says that love bears, believes, hopes, and endures all things, which some say means that the one should not be overly suspicious of others' motives. So there's some scriptures on paranoia. Some of the most popular, you can do a poll on it. 2 Timothy 1:7, for God hath not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of sound mind. 1 John 4:18, 2 Corinthians 10:3-5. There is over 50 Bible verses on paranoia. And I do think that as we start to move forward in time with all of the things that are going on that we see right now in our world, I think, and with the drug activity, I think we're going to see a lot more paranoia building up. And I think there's going to be a lot more of people not with the things that are going on with the government, and that you already see a lot of that. A lot of people not being able to trust and feeling suspicious of things that are going on and coming down the pike. I hope this helps you. So this is the spirit of paranoia, and just make sure that while we're out there, I think that really if you study it, everybody's got something, and we're all a work in progress. So be kind to others because you don't know what they're going through. But if you see these signs and symptoms, maybe you understand that these people are having a harder time than you think. So I hope this helps you, and I pray you have a blessed night. Bye-bye.